Hey guys, welcome back to another video here at the Alpha Pack shop on this 2013 Kawasaki Teryx 4. I said in the last vid on it that I would get some footage or show y'all how I ended up deciding to do the frame straightening, and this is how I did it. So I used a high lift jack, a big pry bar, and a heavy duty ratchet strap. And I was able to clamp the high lift jack on the frame here just as so. After I heated everything up, so I heated up all this where it was really bent, all the way up that tube. And I originally was just using the high lift jack to do this, but I couldn't get it to, every time I try and get it to give me that last click or to get tighter, it just would, I couldn't do it without shaking the whole machine, and I just didn't have enough weight behind it. So that's when the pry bar and strap got involved in the situation and helped me out. So, you know, I'm doing all this stuff kind of by myself, so it's, you know, I got to think of creative ways to get an extra hand, you know, in a sense. And that's how I ended up deciding to do it with what I had here on hand, guys. So yeah, if you have a high lift jack, a pry bar, and a ratchet strap, you can straighten your frame out too. How's that look, huh? So it was definitely interesting. It was the first time for me, and I definitely like to show y'all different ways about of doing things that I haven't seen on YouTube before. So this is just a oddball way of doing something, right? Just using what you have. So I did end up breaking this piece a little bit or bending it, but whatever. It's a cheap Harbor Freight high lift jack that I had for buku long. I actually even had to fix this handle here and bend it back straight before I could even use it on this job, but because it had bent before. But yeah, guys, if you look, I got it really straight as it's gonna be. And yeah, if you look, that bar behind it, pretty straight. And then the right side, straight. Now I have measured from hole to hole on the back side of that upper A-arm and the holes on the front side of the upper A-arms, and they are the same distance apart. So that's what matters. So we're good on that end. And then right here where the bumper mounts were, to attach the top part of the bumper, pry bars and some crescent wrenches and then some hammers and whatnot. I was able to straighten them back out without removing them from the machine. This weld did break all the way through though. I will have to weld that. But I mean, I got it as straight as I really could given what I had, instead of having to chop it all off. But when I go to weld everything, I will reinforce it on both sides and, you know, hit here and whatnot, and then paint everything after I am done welding and sanding everything down. I'll throw a little quick coat of paint on it so it won't rust. But wanted to show y'all that before I move forward with the welding part of everything. So that is what we'll be doing next. So like I said, I will be welding those points. Also, I gotta grind all this down. I gotta fix this here, this hole, and weld all this back up. And the bottom piece, I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do all that. I'm gonna get that for y'all as well. Once I figure it out, I just kind of go with the flow, guys. I just do it as I go. But and then once it's all fixed to where I get bolts in it and everything, I am gonna reinforce it by putting another or little weld here, or anywhere else I find that can help strengthen it. That way this won't happen again. And but we'll also have that gusset kit from Super ATV in here as well, which is going to tie the left and the right sides together basically. So I really don't think we're going to have any issues after this is all fixed up back up. And then once that's done, and the welding and painting and all, then it's time to start throwing everything back together. And yeah, put all the new A-arms on, all the new plastics, and get everything back going. I did mention in the previous vid that the rear diff, the bolt was stripped, And what I ended up doing to fix that is I had to go to AutoZone and I got a oversized 1/2-inch diameter drain plug for a oil pan, and it had a magnet on it. So I wasn't able to reuse the existing bolt and magnet part that came with it as far as what was on the machine previously. I had to tap the threads to 1/2-inch threads. I ran a tap through it, and once I got the tap ran, I was able to get up under here and push really hard upwards as I was ratcheting it, tightening it up, and I was able to, I don't know if you see it there, there it is, there she be, and it is full of fluid right now, so there is no leakage happening. So I'm very happy about that. It did go from like a 14 mil bolt, and that's a 19 mil bolt, but it was able to fit. So I'm very thrilled about that. Got the leak fixed and filled her up. So the rear diff part's done. Like I said, the oil's done, the oil filter, spark plugs, those are done. And then this diff doesn't have fluid in it yet because I got to take that axle, swap that axle out right here. And if I take that cup out, all the diff fluid is going to leak out. So we don't want that.